how do we become flexible? It's like, is it as hard as I think it is in my mind, or is it just literally like, no, you just kind of structure it so you got 2 hours here, 2 hours here, 2 hours here, or is it even just less of that? It's just like, hey, here's what we got to get done. Here's what we need it done by. You kind of take ownership over how much effort you're going to work on it. Here's the budgets that I can fulfill for you. Go. Like, how do you think about it, or help me become flexible?
I will say both. It is not that hard, and there's a learning curve to it, of course. So,
okay.
When I started with one 25-hour-a-week contract. And luckily, I had a very small infant. So I was like, that was all I could give the world. So my boundaries were really well set. But I'll tell you, Adam, like, here's a good example of how fear shows up and how this changes over time. In my very first contract, I remember we shared calendars and I had to pump 3 times a day. Like, the kid needs milk. So I would block out on my calendar these like blocks, and I wouldn't say what it was. I just said like block. And my second kid, I was like, oh no, like, this is a different, we're different now. And so, I would show up like on camera, like, I would just be like this, but then like, I would like, it didn't matter because like, you are lucky that I'm here with you. I have lots to say. I have lots of opinions. My brain is with you right now, but I also have to care for my babies. And so like, it's just like, it's a journey that everyone goes on in a different pace, in a different way. And this is the beauty of it, is that you can show up in the way that is most authentic to you. Some people like time blocking. Some people like to dedicate days. Some people like only work mornings or only work nights. And so of course you have to find the right client for you. And if the organization that you're partnered with doesn't understand that those kind of boundaries need to be established, then they're not the right client for you. And there are many, many clients who understand the value of making these kinds of arrangements work. And that's who we love to work with, is the folks that totally get that. So there's some like sort of predestined stuff, and then there's the stuff you can manufacture.